Today was a long day and woke up at about, I guess, 10:30, 11. uh, because again my maid comes very early in the morning. She disturbs my sleep, and then um, after that my cook comes not at the same time for some reason. They come separately at different times at like about 30 minutes apart. Just when I'm about to sleep again, then my cook comes and then they wake me up again. I was a bit irritated today that why do I have to wake up so early in the morning, which is actually not so early, but for a jobless person that is early, yes. So yeah, so I woke up and then I had a ton of things lined up today to do, um, which you will get to know eventually. And before that, I thought let me finish, breakfast. So I had like a couple of fruits, and then I headed to the gym. So over there, I did mostly cardio today because uh, my index finger was kind of swollen. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's some kind of like bruising over here. I was pulling my scooter the wrong way, and kind of like I don't know why for a very small thing it got bruised, and that's why I couldn't do any pulling exercises today or any hand exercises. I didn't want to do legs because I kind of like once I do legs, like the next 3-4 days I'm not able to go to the gym. It hits me so bad, and I always like end up hitting legs very hard, like because it's fun on that day when you're doing it, but the next 3 days is pretty bad. So I didn't want to do legs, and I couldn't do any pulling exercise because of my finger. So I ended up doing like a ton of cardio. So I was there about 2 hours today, and I did like a lot of treadmill. I caught up on, so I've been watching a little bit of Top Gear. Like there are some playlists on YouTube which kind of compile Top Gear episodes, like a complete episode broken down into different videos as a playlist. So I was watching that. Took me like about an hour to finish one whole episode, and that was my time on my treadmill. Then I went on the elliptical machine, and then I did that also for 30-40 minutes. So after that, I left the gym. I was coming back, and so while coming back, I had this experience, and basically, there was this Ola S1 electric scooter in front of me, and as it was pulling away from me, I heard this screeching noise coming from the drive belt of the scooter, and I was also like kind of connected this with all the different posts that people are putting out, how their electric scooters are not reliable, it's breaking down, they're not getting a good life out of it, like they bought it within a couple of months, something has gone wrong with it, like horribly wrong, to the point like they have to discard the scooter, like the front wheel is coming off and all these things. So thinking about it, the scooter that I was riding, it's an Activa, and it was bought back when I was in Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh, and that was like about 16 years ago. And it still runs. Like, yeah, there are some issues with it, like um, the um, the self start doesn't work, and also the there are a lot of dents on the body. So yeah, there are a couple of issues, in small issues, but like the engine is perfect. Like when you're standing still on my Activa, it's a 16-year-old Activa, and you're standing, like you're idling, you'll not even feel, like you will feel that the engine is not running, like it's that smooth. And uh, and it never gives me any kind of like sudden surprises. I know that the self start doesn't work. Apart from that, everything is fine with the scooter as it is, the brakes, the gauges, everything work fine. So I was thinking that how brands like Ola, Ather, all this. Just I'm naming a few, not pointing fingers at any, but they kind of like talk about a green future, sustainable future, because they are selling electric scooters, that you should move away from your petrol vehicles. But I feel like sustainability is using the vehicle that you have to a point where it's usable, and to a point where it's not polluting the environment. Like, I've done the pollution check for my Activa, and it's under the levels that it's supposed to be. And why not use that Activa for a good few more years? Why do we have to discard it and buy an electric scooter to say that I am doing good for the environment, right? Because that the scooter that I will throw away would be itself a waste, right, for the environment. So yeah, so I was thinking about all of this, and I was thinking, that maybe I should. I've not posted anything for a long while on LinkedIn, and I was thinking about it, and I thought it was a very impactful thing and to talk about. So I posted this on LinkedIn once I came back, and then I went about rest of my day. I had lunch, and then I was working on a website, and I caught up with my colleague on a couple of things that we wanted to work out for the website. And it's for car detailing company that is selling franchises in India. So we were thinking about how to go about this site on Framer. So I'm quite new to Framer, to be honest, and I do not know like Framer in so much detail that I can do whatever I want to. Like on Figma, mostly I can claim that yeah, I can do whatever I want to. On Framer, I would get stuck in like first few steps only. I would get kind of stuck and be like, okay, now I have to see a tutorial to move forward. So eventually I would figure it out, but it would take me a little bit more time. So yeah, so I was kind of figuring out how to make this website on Framer. So that was one thing that I was doing. And apart from that, I had my induction for my triple ITB UI UX course also today. So they ran us through the LMS, the learning management system, and how we can see our courses over there, what all reading material is there, what all live classes, how they're scheduled, how is the grading system over there, how can you submit assignments, how will they be graded, how will you get your certificates based on the assignments that you submit. So there was someone on a Zoom call running us through all of this different things. So that was about an hour. After that, I worked on the website again for a little bit more time. I got into the rhythm. I figured out this dark theme with the it's a German brand which is coming to India. So I went for this dark theme on which we would represent the other colors of the Germany flag. So Germany flag has black, red, and then a golden color. So I was thinking how we can use these three colors to kind of give kind of sense to the website that it's a German brand has come to India, and like how do we make it legitimate, right? So that is what I was working on. So I worked on it for a little bit while, and then I kind of got bored, and my friends have come back. They had gone to Goa, and so I headed over to their house, and we watched this Netflix documentary on Indira Mukherjee murder case that was about how a mother was accused of killing her daughter, and it was quite gripping, the story itself. But we kind of like found that Netflix tries to over dramatize things. The way they presented it was not presented like a documentary, it was presented like a drama documentary. So there was a lot of like suspense in the way they revealed the truth in the documentary itself. The documentary in plain sense itself was quite complex, like what was happening in the case, what were the different motives of all the people who were involved in it. And it's a good documentary series, but yeah, it's a little annoying the way Netflix has tried to make everything more suspenseful than it already is. So we saw that for like quite a while, like it got quite late, about 12:30ish. And between that, I saw a message from one of my past managers who had seen my LinkedIn post. He's quite a creative guy, and he messaged me exactly saying this, that in the sea of LinkedIn cringe, I saw your post, and it feels very fresh. You're doing it right, Anindya. And like, small, like while I was coming back from my friend's house to my house, I feel, small things like this, it would have been quite easy for him to kind of not interact with this post or send me a message separately, because what has he to do with me anymore, right? Like, I don't work with him, I don't work in the same company as him anymore. But like, a little bit like the small message that he sent me was very inspiring, and it made my day. And like, when you don't have a job and you have left and you're applying, and you're not getting any replies, small things like this can give you a lot of hope that, yeah, you are a good storyteller, you are a good designer, and there's a lot left for you to offer, right? And yeah, that was like kind of the highlight for me for the day. And then I went for like a small drive before I came home, like not too far, because I wanted to pee real bad. But yeah, so I just went for a small drive and then I came back. And yeah, it's quite late and I have to sleep, but I thought, it's 3:30, and I thought that let's kind of now start making the vlogs more properly. I think this format will work out, because I feel today only I was going through LinkedIn and I see so many people getting laid off, and people are not getting jobs for so many days. They're saying on LinkedIn that it's been a year, it's been 6 months that I've not gotten a job, help me out. And I think a series like this, where every day I kind of like say what I've been doing, and I invite people to also share their experiences, stay connected, talk to people, maybe post jobs, whatever. Like, it's a community for people who are on a break, who are looking out for jobs, who are not getting jobs, what are they doing when they are on a break. And that is something that I would like to make a series out of. So yeah, and this is the first video that is going out there.